Let's talk about how you can manage your ITB pain. Like all running related injuries, you want to modify your training load. My typical recommendation is to drop back by at least 20% to start off with. That's both with volume as well as intensity. As your symptoms start to settle, as you bring in your S&C work as well, you can start to bring in your training load, making sure that it's pain-free to pain minimal at the very most. From here, bring in the right strength and conditioning movements, working on your lateral hip stability. A lateral toe tap is a great exercise in a functional position where you're working on keeping good knee stability as well as activating and engaging the lateral hip, which is your gluteus medius muscle. A split squat is also a great exercise to do. It brings a lot of the intention onto your quadricep muscle. Your quadricep muscle is the underlying muscle onto your ITB, so if it's doing its job appropriately, the ITB will take less strain, but it also gets your glute to work at the same time. So you're getting a beautiful effect up the chain where your ITB attaches, as well as through the thigh itself where your ITB adheres onto. From here, a control step down exercise is a great option to add in. The beauty of adding a control step down is you're getting the knee to go into a functional position that's very similar to the joint angles you'll develop whilst you're running. So you're getting, once again, the quadricep, the knee to do its job, you're getting the lateral hip to engage, and you're focusing on stability and control, making sure that knee stays in line with the hip and ankle as you're lowering down. Addressing running biomechanics is also crucial when it comes to ITB-related pain. If you're overstriding, that's going to lengthen out your ITB. If you're crossing over your gait, it's also going to lengthen out your ITB. So working on improving biomechanics with a professional is very important to minimizing the incidence of ITB pain flaring up in the long term. Finally, let's talk about stretching. Is it going to help? Is it effective? The reality is the ITB is a very, very thick piece of fibrous tissue and largely impossible to stretch by a human. So stretching might give you some relief around symptoms, which might be more psychosomatic, but it's not doing anything to actually change the length and the tension within the ITB. So you can use some stretching for some symptom relief, but just know that it's not going to lengthen out your ITB. So use it appropriately, put more value on your strength work, put more value on your load management and your running biomechanics.